Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into, well, maybe the biggest question anyone could ever ask. I mean, really think about it. Could consciousness, could some extension of us, actually survive the end of the universe itself? Now, this is not just some late-night philosophical question. This is a challenge that pushes physics right to the absolute bleeding edge. To even get a handle on that enormous question, we've got to start somewhere truly fundamental. We have to unravel one of our most basic assumptions about how reality even works. What is time? We all experience time as this smooth, continuous river, right? It just flows. That's the classical view. But when you zoom way, way down to the quantum level, things get weird. A totally different picture starts to emerge. Some physicists think time might actually be, well, chunky, kind of like the individual frames of a movie reel. A series of discrete individual moments. So that begs the question, right? What's the smallest possible slice of time? Physics points us towards something called the Planck time. But we have to be really careful here. This isn't some proven tick-tock of a universal clock. It's actually the point where our physics just stops working. Our theories completely break down, and the whole concept of a smooth flowing now literally loses all meaning. So the big takeaway here? That smooth, continuous flow of time you and I experience every day, it's probably just an illusion. A macroscopic illusion, a good enough approximation for our big, slow world. But the fundamental reality? It might be anything but smooth. Okay, so keep that chunky time idea in your back pocket. Now, let's introduce a new player into this game. The universe's most powerful, most unbreakable rule. And the one thing in the cosmos that seems dead set on defying it. Life. Yeah, we're talking about the big one, the second law of thermodynamics, entropy. This is the universe's unstoppable march toward disorder, towards chaos and decay. You can think of it as the ultimate deadline for everything. And yet, just look around you. Look at your own hand. Life does the exact opposite. From a single, tiny cell to the human brain, biology is in the business of building mind-bogglingly complex, ordered things. It's like it's trying to reverse entropy, to run the clock backwards on chaos. So what gives? How is that even possible? Well, here's the clever part. Life doesn't actually break the rule. It finds a loophole. It masterfully exploits it. See, a living organism is what you'd call an entropy exporting system. To create all that beautiful order inside itself, it has to pump out an even greater amount of disorder, usually as heat, into its environment. So, life creates this little island of complexity, but the price is making the rest of the universe even more chaotic overall. Pretty clever. Okay, so if a simple cell can pull off that trick on a tiny scale, it makes you wonder, what could a hyper-advanced, super-intelligent civilization do on a cosmic scale? And that, my friends, leads us to what we might call the ultimate survival plan. Imagine a civilization so advanced, it builds something like a cosmic three-winged windmill. Its job? To catch and harvest every single last drop of usable energy within its cosmic horizon. We're talking energy from stars, from swirling black holes, even from the faint afterglow of the Big Bang itself. That's step one, total absolute energy management. So once you've got all that energy, what do you do with it? Well, the plan has a few key steps. First, obviously, you harvest it. Second, you switch to something called reversible computation. Think about your laptop. It gets hot, right? That's wasted energy. This is a theoretical type of computing that could perform calculations with almost zero energy cost, basically perfect efficiency. But the third step, this is where it gets truly wild. You would radically, deliberately slow down your subjective experience of time. A single conscious thought might take 1 billion or even 1 trillion years to complete. By doing this, you could make your finite bucket of energy last for an almost eternal stretch of time. But even that incredible, mind-bending plan has a deadline. Eventually, even that perfectly managed energy will run out. The lights will go out. So, what then? What if our universe isn't the only game in town? What if there's an escape hatch? And this is where we get to the absolute heart of the matter. The question isn't, can we prove this is possible? The real question is, can physics prove that it's impossible? Can you, with our current understanding of the universe, state with absolute certainty that we couldn't sustain consciousness just long enough to jump ship, to plant a seed of ourselves into the new physical reality of a neighboring bubble universe? And I have to say, I love this way of framing it. This makes the whole idea concrete. We're not talking about some floaty spiritual concept of immortality here. No, this is a nuts and bolts engineering problem. The challenge is this: can an extension of humanity survive long enough to perform one single meaningful action, like, say, delivering a peace prize, to another conscious being in a different universe? It's a task with a clear goal. And here's the kicker. The astonishing answer as of right now is that physics has no way to prove this is impossible. It can't be ruled out. And why is that? Because this entire idea cleverly slips through the cracks in our current knowledge. We have no idea if there's a minimum power level for consciousness to exist. We've got the theory of reversible computation for near-zero energy use. Locality helps, trapping resources where you need them. And maybe most importantly, we know next to nothing about the actual physics of what happens when two of these bubble universes might collide. So what that really means is, to say, no, this can't be done, you have to make a bunch of assumptions. You have to fill in all those massive gaps in our understanding with unproven ideas. You have to base your no on laws of physics that aren't actually established laws at all. And that brings us right back to the beginning, to the real, profound question underneath all of this physics. Is the universe, at its core, fundamentally hostile to meaning? Does it demand that all complexity, all awareness, must eventually fade to nothing? And the amazing thing is that physics, as we understand it today, does not give a definitive yes to that question. It can't. It leaves the door, ever so slightly, ajar.